So a woman by the name of Cheyenne Bryant has been trending online due to people questioning her having a doctorate degree or multiple doctorate degrees. Oh, my bad. Doctoral degrees.
Doctoral program.
And even though she claims to be a therapist or has done therapy, people are questioning that as well. This comes mainly after Cheyenne's recent interview on The Breakfast Club, in which she was questioned about her credentials, about her doctorate specifically. She gives this long, drawn-out, and convenient story talking about how her transcripts aren't available because her old school closed down.
I went to a school, Argus University, completed an entire program, and I went to contact the school and say, hey, I need my official transcripts, I need my entire thing, and there was no school. I Google, it says this school has been shut down. I go and look, there is a third party that has the records. Where I contact the third party, that third party only holds records for 2 years. I was past my 2 years.
Just to cut to the chase, from where I stand, my specific vantage point, I don't believe she has a doctorate. I know some people have said maybe she has an honorary doctorate degree, in which in recent years I've come to not like that as well. Because for some of us who have worked hard and been in the trenches, written dissertations, and received doctorate degrees, it's kind of like a slap in the face. Yes, I understand you're a celebrity, you might have done philanthropy work, that's great. However, at this point in time where I stand on this practice, because you have individuals like this who pop up out the woodwork, I don't believe that honorary degrees should be given out. I've seen another recent interview in which Cheyenne says, I don't need to show proof of my doctorate degree. She goes into this soliloquy talking about God and religion.
I've earned the title, I have multiple degrees, and I'm not going to prove anything to anybody. My obedience is to God, not to people. And so as long as I'm in His will and I'm serving and I'm doing His word, my sheep will know my voice.
And even her introducing that opens up a whole new can of worms regarding Black folk, spirituality, which you can write an entire dissertation about. The problem with people like Cheyenne Bryant is you have individuals with doctorates and licensures like Dr. Raquel Martin who are tasked with having to clean up her mess.
She keeps calling herself a therapist, and in most states that's actually illegal without a license. You cannot legally use the title therapist or provide psychotherapy without licensure.
Now, just because she doesn't have degrees or she doesn't have certain credentials doesn't mean that Cheyenne or other individuals aren't able to give good advice. In fact, before this whole fiasco, I did share one of her videos with a friend of mine because I thought it was decent advice. But that's where it stopped, because even back then I felt like Cheyenne was a bit of a siren. A Black woman, well put together, who's soft-spoken, says nice words, kind of lulls you to sleep. And a lot of men gravitated to that. And if you've seen Cheyenne, she's been on a lot of male podcasts like the Joe Budden podcast, Breakfast Club, Shannon Sharp, Club Shay Shay. And as an aside, for you men out there who say women don't hold other women accountable, I've seen a lot of women, Black women specifically, holding Cheyenne accountable for the false information that she's been spreading, and for the mere fact that she may not have a doctorate degree. I wish a lot of this holding people accountable would also occur from brothers when it comes to these podcasters who share these misogynistic and harmful views. What do I think the result of all this is? Nothing really, because Derek Jackson still exists. Look at what he did to his ex-wife after being the relationship guru. In this day and age, disinformation and misinformation has spread widely. The reason this occurs is because a lot of times the person that is spreading this information either looks attractive or they have some sort of high social status. Why do you think celebrities are used to market certain products? Because people will buy it. They respect their opinions. However, if I see Cheyenne come across my timeline and she's spreading information that isn't true, it's my job to correct it, as well as other intellects, other educators out there. Unfortunately, cancel culture does not exist. I do believe that certain individuals do need to be canceled. Cheyenne is not going to go the way of K3mistry. And if you ask me, a lot of the misinformation that Cheyenne's been spreading can do more harm to people than K3mistry performing at this current president's inauguration will ever do.